It's the 29th of March and this is your Solana Daily Debrief. There's so much to cover now, but we'll just dive in as fast as we can. Probably the most important thing right now is the Jup vote. So there's not a lot of information out there in one place. So I've just done a very quick little blurb here. Essentially, there's a couple of videos out there that you can watch. This is for a vote that's going live at 4 p.m. UTC time today, and this is for giving funding to the core working group. So this is basically the team in the DAO that are working full-time and just hustling with their experience. There's plenty of information there. There's a short video here, a longer video right here, the research doc, and then you can just read this. Personally, I'm just gonna be honest, I'm just gonna vote yes. I can give you all my reasoning, but it'll take a little bit of time. Essentially, I want you to do your own research. The amount that they'll be asking for, some people will think is too much, but this is crypto. If you are skilled at what you do, you can go and just add no value to an ecosystem and just extract value by doing various things, chasing meme coins, going with narratives, making partnerships, doing angel investing, all these sort of things. Or you can go and put in 90% of your time and effort into making Jupiter the biggest thing in crypto. And that needs to be incentivized in order to keep those people there and just hustling day in and day out. So, long story short, I'll be voting yes, and just a reminder, you need to vote. If you do not vote, then you will not get as many rewards in the future. So you need to vote all the time with all your Jup in order to get more and more rewards. And remember, it's like 50 million Jup rewards will be given to the stakers. And I think that's by July, something around that time. Just a lot of information in my head, but I'm pretty sure that's when it will be coming to you. It could be a little bit sooner. And remember, you need to actually stake your Jup and vote. If you do not vote, or if you skip votes, you will not get as many rewards. Now on to Parcl. Plenty of good news from Parcl. So the Parcl network token will launch in the coming weeks, marking a massive step in the progressive decentralization of the Parcl ecosystem, details, tokenomics, etc. There's a full blog post on the Parcl tokenomics, and I'm very, very bullish on Parcl. So one crazy thing is it's a really decent initial community supply, like really, really decent. So one thing that I really like is the tokenomics are just getting better and better. Like with every single cycle that comes out, tokenomics tend to improve. And these are very, very good tokenomics. I have the feeling that they're going for the Jup effect, like pump up the community, add utility, add functionality, add all these things, create stickiness. And as I've mentioned many times before, 2025, 2026, these guys will shine, in my opinion. So you can read through this. Essentially, the alpha is very simple. If you're not using Parcl, go and put some money into the liquidity pool. Your airdrop will be, of course, minimal, but still get involved because season 3 of the Parcl Points trilogy, it's in its final stretch. I do think there'll be ongoing rewards though. I think it's been mentioned before, I just don't have the exact details on that. Another bit of alpha is if you've got 17 Sol or thereabouts, you may want to go and actually grab some of these NFTs. You're expected to get approximately 515 Parcl tokens. I believe it's not going to be quite like that because there's a diamonds allocation and a common allocation. So if you're buying now, you'll be getting the common, not the diamond hands. And just for full transparency, I sold it at 19 Sol. Sol was maybe around $100, $120. I then took that and then I put all that USDC into Parcl itself to LP with. That was what I thought was a better deal. Then when it went to around 10 Sol, I thought to myself, maybe I should go and buy it. But at that stage, the price of Sol was like $200 and I just didn't have 10 Sol ready to flick into an NFT. I'm happy with my decision, completely happy. But what I'm happier about is the fact that they've actually gone and decided to reward so much value to these NFT holders. Like you got a points boost of 20% and then you're getting an airdrop of the total supply. This is a major win. Also, if you have a Mad Lad, then you will also be getting some tokens. Now, I'm not sure. I saw something on the timeline. I'll see if I can quickly show it, but they probably put out a few tweets. You may have to go and join the Discord. Yep, you do. So to be eligible, Mad Lad holders need to secure their holder role in the Parcl Discord via Matrica Labs. A snapshot will be taken on April 4th. So I don't know how many Mad Lads actually watch this. If you do watch this video and if you hold a Mad Lad, then let me know in the comments just so I can have an idea of demographics. If there's a few of you, then I'll keep on reminding you every couple of days until April 4th. But best to just go and jump in there now and make sure that verification stays on with Matrica. Because every now and then, maybe you change your Mad Lad or an NFT to a new wallet and it's not in Matrica, and then you would lose this snapshot. Another update, of course, from Z at Solworks. Today we're rolling out support for Parcl points, you can view points from multiple addresses. You don't actually have to connect your wallet, you just plug them in, and then you can even filter so you can see exactly which ones have points. Here's a really good take, in my opinion, from Jay. With every protocol, the biggest question that comes post airdrop is, how does token sustain value? We can go over it in quite a bit of detail. Essentially, you want to create stickiness. There has to be a value in holding the token. Otherwise, why would you do it? You may as well just drop the token and go into the next project. This is what does happen with airdrop farming. And of course, you may be completely fine with selling some tokens, which is probably a smart idea. But why would you hold on to a small portion other than pure speculation? And I've mentioned it too many times, so if you're a regular viewer, you'll know this, but the winner's curse, 2025, 2026, going into that part of the cycle, real estate value will go up, in my opinion, from the knowledge that I have from other people. And I feel that the utility that they are adding will be very, very insightful. I don't know how many Parcl tokens you may need for this token gated system. Maybe it's 100, maybe it's 1,000. I'm not sure. Or maybe they even have a system where it's tiered. And that's a valid thing. The people that don't have a lot of token, they will complain, of course. But this is a valid thing. You may as well have levels of alpha that you can access. Or maybe there's certain cities of special. As you can see here, there's basically real-time information. So you'll be able to access a certain amount of information, maybe if you hold 100 Parcl, and more information if it's 1,000 and more if it's 2,000. Something like that could work. Now, I'm not sure how many points will actually cross over to become the actual Parcl tokens. I don't know what the conversion will be like. All I can really say is it's a good distribution. When I see a decent prediction from someone, I'll let you know. If you're not in Parcl right now, I still think it's valuable to get in. My code, by the way, is just SebMonty. You get a referral bonus, I get a referral bonus. So go and use that as well. In terms of the actual token price, $1.86 per token is what it's currently trading on at the moment. This is on Avo, which is on like Arbitrum, Optimism, Ethereum. So with that expectation, you're looking at a mad lad getting $186 worth of value. Now, Whales Market currently does not actually have the Parcl token. Obviously, the Parcl token is a few weeks away, so maybe it's a little bit too early to add it. But they do actually have the points, and I'm really liking Parcl Pro. We can see basically how things are going in terms of price. So I'm not sure exactly how far back we can go, but we can see the price has come down a little bit. But essentially, we can also see like 1 million points is worth around $1.5 thousand. So if you do want to sell some points, you can use this. And how this works, in case you're new to this, essentially you'll have a certain amount of points. It will then actually change to a certain amount of tokens. And you're selling not the points because you can't trade the points, but you're selling what the equivalent in tokens 1 million will be worth. So when it becomes public knowledge, you will then have to provide the 1,000 tokens in order to be paid. And also you have to provide collateral. So if you don't, then the collateral will go to the person that wants to buy it from you. And of course, you can be the buyer if you prefer. Next bit of news is Wormhole Wednesday, 3rd of April, 2024, 11:30 a.m. UTC time. You can go and claim your W. I'll do a tutorial on the day, of course. However, it's not going to be out immediately, so maybe I'll just do like a quick Twitter thread and you can just follow that. And then after that, the actual tutorial will come out. I'm sure this will be listed on many exchanges. Backpack has already announced at 12 p.m. you can go and start selling this on the exchange. Now, Wormhole will have a decent amount of hype. I have no idea how much hype, but just be aware if you're going to be selling this on-chain, just check exchanges first, because sometimes on-chain and on exchanges, there's a major price difference. The other thing is, it may be a good idea to actually set limit orders. I imagine you'll be able to trade this on maybe Zeta Market, Drift as well. So I'd probably heavily favor those and setting a specific price as opposed to just doing a swap in Jupiter. However, there's going to be a decent amount of information that you're going to need, so I'll make a dedicated video on this. Next up, Sol Decoder. So kill 3 birds with 1 farming platform courtesy of Sol Decoder, and they're doing very well in many respects. So this is basically allowing you to go and automate airdrop farming. And I will do a dedicated video on this because a lot of people are interested in that sort of stuff. Plus, there's so much value to be extracted. And if you have a few wins, then you go and put them into other projects and you're laughing. At the end of the day, as much as we love good projects that are going to be here for a long time, ideally forever, the reality is crypto runs completely in cycles. You must take profits. That's not financial advice, it's just common sense. and hyper narrative are senior to good ideas, good teams, etc. Normally. So in other words, go and airdrop farm if you want to airdrop farm. Crypto Curb thinks $400 Solana target by May. This is just a tweet. There's no reasoning behind this, but personally, I think this is certainly valid. I do personally have a bet with 1 Sol. At the end of the year, if the price of Sol is above $300, they give me 1 Sol. If not, I give them 1 Sol, and I'm very sure I'll be getting that 1 Sol. On the subject of airdrops and new tokens, Noon says, Wormhole, Parcl, Drift, Kamino, Zeus, Sharky, they'll all be in April. April should be a lucrative month, and there will be, oh goodness, there's going to be a lot of just stuff going on. So I want everyone to be just extra diligent in terms of scammers, and really do try to actually tune into these videos all the time, because I'll try and keep you abreast of all the information as fast and as best as I can. There's so much stuff to cover. If you just watch my content, that's just not going to be enough. Jussie seems to be very good with threads on Solana airdrops. So now we've got a couple more: IONet, Nyan, DFlow, and Backpack. Check out this thread if you want to get involved with these. This is GPU mining. DFlow, I still have to look into it, I'm sorry. And Nyan, this relates to a gaming project, which looks really good. I won't be gaming because I have no time, I have no skills. If you're into that sort of thing, I think you should definitely get involved. Kamino Finance keeps on shipping things. This is like my favorite DeFi dApp. It's like Jup and Kamino. These are the things that I check into all the time. We've just shipped 3 significant updates to Kamino Lend and Multiply. The update delivers improved transparency and UX to Multiply and lending users. Here's an overview of the release. So interest earned. So I've already noticed this, so this is really cool. You can now see your interest earned for any lending position live in the Kamino Lend interface. Multiply price impact and Multiply positions are now substantially safer. This is because there's been an improvement in the Oracle infrastructure. Personally, if you're actually using these multiply aspects, I've covered this in another tutorial so you can go and watch that. I don't like to go above 3x. So you can leverage all the way up to 5x, but 3x is kind of the max that I like to sit at, 2.8 to 3x. And of course, there's still a low chance of liquidation risk even at 2.8 to 3x. If you don't know how that works, please watch the other video. Next up, we've got Gaimin. For those asking about initial circulating supply, 5% LP is locked permanently. You can buy GMRX on Solana, but it's native to BNB chain, just so you know. If you're using Grass, then the first massive network upgrade happened yesterday. It says, but it was a purge before the final season closed because season 3 ends on April 9. All users have been logged out. You need to log in again and your referrals will be checked again after 100 hours. So the actionable is go and make sure you have been re-logged into Grass or go and log in yourself. If you need a payday and if you've got some time, maybe you've got some content skills or something like that, or maybe you can write docs, go and check out Superteam Earn, $43,000 in current bounties, such as write a Twitter thread on Metaplex Core, which is an NFT standard, or a meme competition. If you've got the skills to pay the bills, such as Erwin from the DJ Nape Academy, he should definitely be getting involved in that, and Samoid Coin as well. Samo hasn't really had a run this cycle. I don't necessarily think that it will, but maybe it does. This is a dog coin from 2021. There's also a Mad Lads bounty with a prize pool of $1,000. The Barrows have distributed 1.4 billion bonk to orphans holders. There's only 420 orphans, and that's a distribution of 40k. So thank you, Barrows. And personally, with my bonk, I'm just going to be staking it. I'll be locking it up and getting the extra rewards. Remember, if the price goes really high and you do want to take some profits, but it's all staked, then you can actually claim some rewards and then sell them. And you can also put on a hedge. So let's say in 3 months, your bonk will be unstaked. And maybe you've got $20,000 worth of bonk and you're like, I'm happy with that. That's what I want. You could then go put on a short position with, say, Drift or another exchange. Make sure it has enough collateral so that you do not get liquidated. I've got a video on it, and set a calendar reminder, but in 3 months time, you will be able to actually claim all of your bonk. You can close the short position and sell the bonk. This is just me teaching you how to do something. Personally, very bullish on bonk. SBF was sentenced to 25 years. I think everyone knows this by now. It's news, but late news. WIF has been doing very, very well. It has overtaken Pepe, and I think WIF will continue to do well. Just keep in mind though, there's no way for any staking rewards to happen, at least not yet. Maybe in the future they can generate some. So I still think at present, the value play is to have bonk and stake it, in addition to maybe having some WIF. Solcasino bears have been pumping up in price. They're doing very, very well. bears are printing around $40 per day. Now, I have a couple of bears, but I actually quite often forget to collect the rewards. But have a look at this. Last time bears were printing 0.2 Sol per day, the floor price was 60 Sol. Now, floor price is 22 Sol, and the requirement in terms of the SES amount that you need to stake and the actual bear is only 33 Sol. Zeta and Asset Dash have a partnership here. If you want to get a score boost, then if you hold an Elements PFP, you can grab yourself a score boost. Symmetry has said, we recommend you contribute to open source projects through Cubik while there's still time. This will be my actionable at the end. Buffalo is the CEO of GMRX Labs, so behind GMRX Sol, of course. And just as a reminder, Validator.com is a GMRX validator, so you are capturing MEV rewards as well. Make sure you're staking your Sol with Validator.com. Every time you buy a little bit of Sol, go and stake it. Just go and stake it. Let that compound. It will do very well in my opinion, not financial advice, but sometimes if you degen into too many things and you don't stake your Sol, at the end you think to yourself, why didn't I just stake more Sol? It's just the way cycles work. Anyway, after a rough 2022 and 2023, which is when GMRX came out, we're finally seeing our vision come to reality in terms of profit and tips. They're doing very, very well. And as improvements come to the blockchain, it will do even better. Rainfi has a new product, or a new feature rather, so custom token and NFT loans on Sol for ETH and BTC. I'm going to be doing a separate tutorial. I'll run it out just because it's not complex, but it's just easier if I show you how to do it. So I'm going to take you through this because I think this has major value, and 20,000 droplets will be distributed amongst all wrapped ETH and wrapped BTC lenders and borrowers. The snapshot is April 1st, so watch that video when it comes out today. The DGen Ape Academy are returning with a DA red hoodie. So if you too want to look like your favorite AI person that somehow manages to wear hoodies and do things with his hands, despite being AI, go figure. Anyway, this is coming out tomorrow, which should be today. So go buy yourself some merch if you're keen on some merch. It's not gated to DGen Ape Academy holders. It's gated to anyone that has the ability to click a link and go and buy something. Tonight, 7 p.m. UTC time, a new AMA with Uprock. So they were in the first voting batch for Jup. They didn't win. They were beaten by, as we know, Sharky and Zeus. However, I think this has major product market fit and they may actually get a vote and win this time. Tune in if you're keen, but my advice is simple. For Uprock, for anybody, go make sure your marketing's really clear, really concise, way more concise than my video, which is a little bit long right now, so that people that don't have time to go and listen to a full hour, they can get a nice TLDR in like 5 minutes. Having said that, make sure you're subscribed to the Jup ecosystem channel because a lot of that content is up as well, but projects should make it themselves for their own communities. There's a new Calendy phishing scam. Influencers, founders, employees of notable companies, and high net worth individuals are extreme risk for these hacking phishing attempts. If this sounds like you, or even if it doesn't, keep reading. Long story short, this is fairly new. It's been around for a few months, but there's a Calendy scam. So be very mindful when you're looking at the links. As an example, a fake Calendy link. This relates to Rug Radio, which is like an Ethereum project all about doing podcasts. So then you'll see that it looks very real, but it will ask you for your X login, which Calendy never does. So never ever go and connect your Twitter to anything. There's a pre-sale live for Procreation AI. Now I'm not bearish or bullish. I guess I'm leaning more bearish, but I want to keep you updated with this. I haven't done a huge amount of research. Essentially, if you want to do the bare minimum, you can like, retweet, and post an address, and maybe you'll get a little bit of an allocation. Already, they have raised over 3,000 Sol. It says, here's why, Solana Foundation grant. Docs team with 15 plus years AI experience. Actually, a new update, 4,500 Sol, backed by over 1,000 people. Will you join us? The cap is at 20,000 Sol. Now, I'll probably go and flick in some Sol just to be a part of it. It's a minimum of 0.5 Sol, so maybe I'll flick in 0.5. But I still find this is a little bit of a strange approach because Procreation AI is supposed to be an actual tool and not like a meme coin. So I would class this as degen, but not properly degen, just a little bit risky because we don't know the tokenomics or anything like that. Also, we can see here that initially they wanted to raise 20,000 Sol. Now they've changed it to 8,000. 20,000 Sol was absolutely insane. I can't believe they even had that as a goal. Anyway, maybe this will do well, but at present, everything's basically still being built. So early access, they have a misspelling here. It's written in Latin, which I'm not a fan of. Like, I just don't understand like who your audience is that's gonna need to see Latin words. I guess that's their branding. And it's essentially an AI companion, and I don't actually know what it's about. Solana's first AI ecosystem, powered by Pi. If you want to degen, I will go and degen a small amount, entirely up to you. There are reports that people with Bonkbot wallets have been exploited. Now, the TLDR is Bonkbot is safe, but there are exploits being triggered elsewhere in the ecosystem. They're still working this out. Our logs show that every user account being drained has previously exported their private keys. So I have no information on this. Maybe, just as an example, you also used Unibot. However, in the meantime, it's probably a good idea to withdraw those funds in that private key to another wallet address. Also, with all these bots, all you want to do is you want to have a certain amount of money in there to do your trades, and then anything that you actually want to keep, you of course move to a different wallet, a ledger wallet. You've got today and tomorrow to get into Cubik, Solana public goods. I said that I would actually do a video concerning this, and I've just run out of time. So we're just going to quickly do it now. So we go to the website, cubik.so, connect our wallet, connect Phantom, connect here, verify, confirm, migrate profile, welcome back. If this is your first time, then you may have to actually do a little bit more information or add a little bit more information. And this is how the system is. Total donations and available matching pool. Now this is really, really cool. Now, essentially, you've got a couple of options. One, go and do whatever you want to whoever you want, or go and look for those that maybe need a little bit more actual funding. Or if you really want to, have a look at something that you think, yeah, they need the funding, and maybe they will have a token in the future, and maybe they'll reward the people that actually gave them a grant. Because that's what the meta was in the past with the Ethereum ecosystem with Gitcoin. Now, ultimately, it would be great if there was some sort of UI tool where I could just literally go and send a certain amount to every single project, but there isn't. So we'll have to go further. I'm going to go with Tiny Dancer and just show you how we can do it. You go and read through, of course, seeing what is the value of this project. Tiny Dancer is the first light client for Solana, basically helping to decentralize the network. Then click on contribute and then go and make a donation. Do $1 if you want to, and then it gets extra. $10, $23, $100, $73. So the actual value is actually in the smaller amounts in terms of a return. But personally, I would go with maybe $10 with say 30 projects. You don't have to do anything like that. But I'm just going to go and push them all through. I'll do a couple more. Definitely something like this, a user-friendly self-custodial decentralized exchange, which is really, really strange. Contributors, team, one person. Something like this is a little bit more of a risk. Firstly, they're potentially going to have an actual token, so maybe you want to actually bet on that. However, unfortunately, as busy as everyone is, you need to put in some information. Otherwise, why would you? Lightweight DAS for Solana. Don't even know what a DAS is. So this is very, very dev related. What I would suggest to any project is make it so devs can understand it, but also normies. There are select DAS offerings, thus collecting a monopolist. I don't understand what it is. So I would skip this one because I don't even understand it, and I have to go and spend a bit of time working out what it is. Something like this, Gib work, definitely worthwhile. Probably never going to actually have a token or anything like that, but I'd still go and add some USDC to their system. And there's quite a few things that I'll need to filter through. So I might grab an assistant to go and filter through some of these, and I'll make a little bit of a list, and then I'll share that list. You can do whatever you like, but you can have a look at my list as well. If you can, if you've got the funds to do so, do it with every single one, even if it's just a small amount. It'll take a little bit longer, but that's what I think would be the play. Well, that's all the alpha. The amount of research that's going into this from the team is quite excessive. So I hope you found value. Please make sure that you have subscribed and share this video with your friends. I'm one of the few no-shield people on Solana, and I'm just trying to educate and make people smarter in crypto and hopefully profitable. Stay curious. Catch you in the next video.